All right, we are going live here. So we've got some folks who've not been on here before besides Patty, and I want to introduce Abby. You're new to the group recently, so wanted to welcome you and just say a little shout out about yourself real quick.
Thank you, Tony. I'm new to the group. Thank you for involving me in this, and I'm really looking forward to this. I used to speak as part of my job years and years ago, and then retired due to illness. So it's been a long time, and I'm super rusty at this, which is why I'm hoping to get some practice with you guys.
Okay, great. And then we've got Renee Scudder on the line with us as well. Renee joined us today, and so I wanted to get her on and like to give you a little shout, or let you give a shout out as well.
Hi, I'm so excited to be part of the group. I too have spoken in my career, but I really want to go to the next level with it. I have a consulting firm in strategic marketing and business strategy. Our website is scudderadvisors.com, SCUDDER advisors.com. And I really want to build a speaking business. So I look forward to learning from all of you and to being a part of the group.
Excellent. Great. Glad to have you guys online. Everybody else has been on for several months, so we're doing well. Karen, is Steve out and about? I saw he's got a show coming up in the near future.
Yeah.
I can't hear you. Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute.
Oh,
There
okay.
you go.
Okay, yeah, he's got another commitment tonight, so he's not joining us tonight.
Okay. But he has a show coming up February 3rd through, or 2nd through something.
February
March.
2nd through March 3rd over at the Marsh in Berkeley, What They Said About Love. So
Sounds very interesting.
yeah, so y'all can check it out.
All right. And I think he sent an email or a text or something, so I'll try to forward that to everybody so that we're all aware and can hopefully go. I think I'm going to try it maybe February 2nd, so we'll see.
Okay, he's actually having some panel discussions too, so I'll be moderating the panel that night, so I'll see you there too.
Okay, great. Mm-hmm. All right, well, let's get started with the, I'm sorry?
Sorry, what was that?
I'm sorry, Steve is doing, you want to tell a little bit more about it? Is that what you're asking, Cody?
I was just, she said she was, Karen said she was moderating a panel discussion.
Okay.
I just wondered what night that was. What night of the show that she was doing?
Oh, the February 2nd, I think she said.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She's doing the panel.
Okay.
Cool. All right, so I wanted to talk about the opening day of the Speakers Academy, January 27th. One of the things that we want to let you know is that we're going to be starting the day a little earlier than I think we may have talked about before. I think we probably talked about it starting at 9 a.m., but with the 25 members that will be joining us, trying to get everybody in to do the, hey, was that Rocky? Trying to do the showcases and everything. We're going to start a little earlier at 8:30 a.m. The doors will open at 8, so if you want to get there early, you can come in and help set up. Or also do networking. We'll have some bagels and yogurt or stuff. Jackie's putting together, a little not a cafe breakfast. What is it? Continental type breakfast where you can have something to snack on, get started with the day. We'll have some coffee and tea and stuff. But we're going to start at 8:30 sharp. So try to be there at or before 8:30 because that's when we're going to actually start the classes and start the sessions at 8:30 a.m. But again, the doors will open at 8 a.m. If you want to get there a little early, you can do that. We will also be recording each one of the sessions as well as all of these speaker showcases that you will be doing. So I want to make this the official notification that we will be recording at the Academy. So be prepared to be on camera. And whether it's your audio or your photo or your picture will be, potentially videotaped or video recorded. Now, that being said, I'm encouraging everybody to dress professionally during the Academy days because a lot of times you'll be, especially if you're speaking, for your showcase, you want to be on camera with, good attire so that you look professional as your speaker that you do. So your speaking style that you do. That's a big key, looking good. You don't want to come in jeans and sweats and stuff, and that would be the day you get videoed and photographed. We will be taking photos throughout the day for social media, that sort of thing, for the website and for the Facebook page and other marketing as we do later, but also to give you photos, when you're speaking or, talking with people to use in social media as you want to use. So we'll share all of those. The videos that we are recording will be for all of the presentations will be recorded. All of the showcases will be recorded. And then we're going to be posting them on the NSA NC Academy website. We have a 2018 speakers page or Speakers Academy page that I'm putting together that will have all of the videos for each of the sessions, also documentation for each one of the presenters who have documentation. Will post any handouts that they have, and we will also post any links to any highlighted information that they want to share with us, any links to anything that they may mention on the sessions that they do. Somebody joins us who's on the phone there.
Hi, this is Eleanor calling from work. How are you?
I'm good, Eleanor. Welcome. Good to hear you again.
Thanks. Sorry I'm late.
That's okay. The password, I'm going to go ahead and give you the password here. I'm going to put it out to everybody here. This will be the password. I'm still working on it, so it's not quite live yet, but I'm going to put it in the chat. It is, one second. Whoops, can't type. All right, so this is the password. It's lowercase s, uppercase p, lowercase e, uppercase a, lowercase k-e-r for speaker, and then uppercase b, lowercase I, lowercase z, and then the number 2018. That, I know it's difficult, not an easy password to remember, but I work for a bank, so I'm used to being required to give, big passwords there. Mine at work is worse, so what can I say? So that's going to be available. There'll be a 20 link on the, when you go, you've been to the website where it's got the Speakers Academy and it drops down, there should be, I'll have a 2018 Academy link in there that you can go to. And then, like I said, once you click into that 2018 Academy page, it will ask for the password. So I'm working on that. I should finish that up this weekend and get that available for you. Excuse me. I've been fighting the flu, so I apologize with my cough. Any questions so far? Nope. Okay, good. We will also be assigning people in the class into mastermind groups. One of the things, like this mastermind group, we'll do these monthly where we have the whole class. But one of the things that's been successful in all of the Speakers Academy is assigning assigning mastermind groups to individuals based on a region so that they're fairly close physically to one another, so that you can hopefully get together in a personal, in a meeting live with each other, and or you can use Zoom if you wanted to use a Zoom, or some sort of phone call if you want to do it by video conferencing or audio phone conferencing. You can do that. I know in our class that Suzanne, Jackie, and Ilma were in last year. We had a mastermind group. Ours met very frequently. We met at least once a month, sometimes more. A couple times at my house. We met at other people's houses, Jackie's house one time, and we met at some restaurants occasionally. And the good thing about the mastermind groups, it helps you keep accountable with people in your area or in your group, and you can hold each other accountable. You can share information. You can practice your speaker showcases or other speaking engagements you may have. You can work together to craft, your intros and practice your intros and things like that you'll be doing for each other, that sort of thing. I know that we've got it broken out. I think, Jackie, do you remember what the groups are? Can you go over that?
Got it. Yeah, plus I just wanted to read you guys, I love Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. Here's what he says: Mastermind is a coordination of knowledge and effort in a spirit of harmony between two or more people for the attainment of a definite purpose. We have a definite purpose this year to grow your speaking businesses. So we've broken it down into 4 groups. And since there's 4 team members, we're each taking a group. I'm taking San Francisco. Do you want to hear who's in them tonight so they can have an idea or not?
Yeah, we can go over that.
Okay, so I'm San Francisco. I've got Cody, Roberta, Barbara, Eleanor, and Ron. And who's the
Renee.
And Renee, and was it Christine?
No.
Lawson, or I think I have one more, or someone recent.
Okay.
Or maybe she's Oakland.
Yeah, I think she was Oakland, I believe. So.
Okay. And if these don't work for you and you want a different group, let us know.
Yeah, we put the area based on the address that I have for you. So if you're, not in that area because either work or home and you want to be in one close to one or the other, then you can, let us know.
We'll switch it out. So then Ilma's Oakland, Felicia, Matthew, Brown, Reese, Steve Budd, Kieran, and then Tony's East Bay, Doug Smith, Gina, Carla, Warner, Moni, Monica, and Chris. And then Suzanne is South Bay, Louise, Abby, Stewart, Amen.
Amen, yeah.
And I think I'm missing 1 or 2.
And Mary Lou.
Mary Lou, yeah.
Where's Mary Lou?
She's down in San Jose, isn't she?
She's not on there yet. She just joined last night.
Okay, Mary Lou, I'll put with Suzanne. So that's kind of the breakout for now.
And what about Chris? I think Chris is in the Chris Vogt.
Yeah, he's East Bay.
Okay.
Or I put him in East Bay. I read him.
Yeah, and I know we got Warner and Chris are in the Sacramento area, so I'll have to figure out the way to coordinate getting closer to you guys or halfway or something like that.
I'm using for anything. So.
Yeah. All right, cool. So each mastermind group will have one of us as a mentor that will work with you and help out and things like that. So that was what Jackie was talking about, who's been assigned to it. So we'll work together to help. We can meet with you, or if you don't want us there, that's okay. But, we're there to help you and, help guide you during those sessions if you want. Excuse me. The other thing I want to talk about, we also will be doing speaker showcases. We talked about that a little bit before, where you'll have 2 5-minute sessions throughout the Academy sessions to do a 5-minute talk, and it can be anything that you want to talk about. It can be an intro, a closing that you want to practice. It can be a part of your program that you want to get on video just to have for speaker reel, things like that. So you'll be
doing it right.
Pardon?
No, what happened to the little rope thing?
Suzanne, can you mute while you're chatting?
Sorry about that.
That's okay. So the showcases, and because we have so many folks, since we've got 25 people, we're going to actually start those this 27th session. So I asked 5 people to speak at this session on January 27th. I wanted to give them a little heads up. And that'll be Chris, Warner, Eleanor, Matthew Brown, and Luis will be speaking on Monday. Towards the end of the session, we'll give them time to do their 5-minute, and we'll have the speakers that came before you from the professional speakers that are speaking, and in the event that we have Patty and or any of the other board members there, or any other professional speaker there to help give you some feedback at the end, after your speech. So we'll do 5 minutes, and we're going to cut you off at 5 minutes. So we've got a lot of folks to do. We want to make sure we get the 5 minutes in for everybody. So we're going to put the timer cards and things like that to let you know when you're getting close. But we want to make sure that you have good feedback. So we're going to ask the professional speakers that are there instructing that stay to help with the evaluation. So that should be fun. I know I enjoyed doing the ones that we did, and that was really exciting. It got me really pumped up to speak, gave me some opportunities. I can use some of the video that we have for my speaker reel that I'm working on. So that's really good. So we have assigned everybody slots after that, other than the 5 that are speaking on the 27th. Suzanne has assigned slots for everybody. We won't go over that today. We'll cover that on Monday, on the 27th, Saturday the 27th, for the rest of you, to let you know what days you have. And again, if you're not able to do it on that day, maybe you realize you're not going to be able to make that particular session for whatever reason, work related or whatever, you can always switch with somebody else so that you can get your day in. You're not just going to be penalized, but you will want to switch with somebody quickly to help get everybody in there in the time frame. So any questions on that real quick?
Cody?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is Cody. What I have is, can we get some samples of what other people have done for these 5 minute reels, just to get an idea about maybe how things would, an example?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know if I got any good ones, but no, everybody did really well in those. So I'll look through the video archives that we have and see if I can get some links to the YouTube video that they showed up there, so you can potentially see those and let you know. So I'll try to get some of those out there for you. Okay.
I guess I meant less about necessarily it being good, but more about how people might be using them. You talked about it being the beginning, or the end, or something in the middle. And
right.
That would look like. That's what I'm looking.
Yeah, I'll give you a good example, or a place you can go see an example. If you go to my speaker page, TonyWoodall.com, on there I have a video that is actually one of my speaker showcase 5 minute sessions. It went a little over 5 minutes, but that I did. So that's one you can look at where I talk about personal branding and the story that I have about using it to build a brand. When I was my brand is Mr. Sexy Legs on a cruise ship earlier last year. So you can find out how I rock the boat.
Laughter right now?
How is there no what?
How is there no laughter going on right now?
I know nobody believes me, but I think that's because they're all muted. That's
We're muted.
All right.
We're all muted.
Yeah. I'm glad they were.
You can unmute. Oh, do you have them muted?
No, they muted themselves. But I'm glad I didn't hear. I'm glad I didn't hear that. Oh yeah, right. I bet. But I have the award if you want to see it. But
not that we don't believe you. It's just that I can't believe you have a thing that says Mr. Sexy Leg.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that we don't think it's just.
Oh, it's definitely just. But yeah. So anyway, that's one, Cody, that you guys can look at if you want to see what mine looks like, and I'll pull some other examples and send you some links for that. Excuse me. Any questions on that so far? Okay. The other thing with this. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, if somebody was asking for samples, they'll get them because we've got 5 people doing it, unless it was one of those 5 people asking.
No.
We've got 5 people doing the showcases on the 27th.
Yep.
Well,
they'll get a picture.
I am one of the people, and I mean, it would be great.
Okay.
And Tony, I will look at your sexy legs, but
well, you don't see the legs on that shot, but
Oh, darn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Got that.
I was hoping for the same thing. I'm also speaking on the
Yeah.
27th.
Yeah, I'll get some definitely by this weekend, but that's one I know of that's on there, and I'll grab some others and post them so you can see them. All right. Now the other thing that we're talking about, I sent you guys some information about introductions. What we're also going to do is you're going to be able to introduce the speaker before you as part of your emceeing duties. With 25 people, it would be hard for us to give MC duties throughout the entire academy. So we're going to be doing the emceeing for the professional speakers and things. But we want you to get some experience emceeing, or at least introducing other speakers, because that's key. Speaking, or the intros that you do or that you have done for you, can be detrimental to your speech if it's not done properly. So you want to write a great intro. You want to have somebody deliver that intro very well, as best as possible. So you have to write the intro that somebody can read, that will make it easy for them to read and give them good information. So I sent those that are speaking on the 27th, I sent you a document already, but Jackie's going to be sending some additional documentation on how to craft a good introduction, and you can see that. On my speaker reel, you won't see the introduction for my presentation that day. I didn't want that to be on my speaker reel, but I can send the link of my full presentation on there with the introductions as well. And I'll try to find some good ones. You want to make sure that you make it short and sweet. You don't want it to be your biography. You just want an introduction. So with the information that Jackie's going to be sending you, that will help you. And if you want to, and I said Matthew actually sent me his introduction, so I'm looking at it and reviewing it. If you want to send me your intro before Monday, and or send it to all of us, Jackie, Ilma, and myself, so that we can review it, see what it looks like. We can help you with that. And the information that Jackie's going to be sending you tonight will outline pretty much everything that you need for that. But each one of the people that will be speaking the showcases will do the intro for the person, after them. And the last person obviously will do the first person. So, we want to make sure that you get experience in doing the intros while you're in the academy and things like that. And of course, if you attended the video presentation last weekend, you could probably do your own video on video, or your own intro on video. Create your own video introduction. That's one thing that we'll talk about during the classes, that sometimes that's not a bad idea if somebody would allow you to do that, to actually have the intro that you prepared and introduce yourself in a video, because you can drive the theme, or not the theme, but the tone of the meeting and the tone of your speech by the introduction yourself. I know several people who have done that, and it really works out well if you're able to do that. So we'll get that information to you. I'll get you examples of some intros if I can find some of them. I don't remember. Jackie and Suzanne, do you guys have your intros that you wrote that you can?
I will dig it up.
Mine's very short, because what I would say is last year there were several people that their intros were just way too long.
Yep.
So
that's a good thing to point out.
And I could have written 2 pages, but mine was very short, about 3 lines and we'd like you to keep them kind of short and tight this year, just because of our time constraint.
Yeah, and you don't want a 2-page introduction. So
yeah, even a 1-page is way too much. Like one paragraph. Yeah, like 1 paragraph or something. Pick the bullets and make them pop and zazz us. But yeah.
It would be great if you did send us some of those introductions, the one that met the criteria that you're looking for.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that. I'll send you mine that I did for that. Excuse me. I've had some that I wrote that were too long in my one of my keynotes last year. It was actually pretty long. So I've decided I've since then shortened it because it just took too long to read and too much information. If you start adding all of your credentials and everything else, if you've got a lot of credentials, that could take a while, and it really, you have to tailor it to what your market is or your audience is for that day, more so than anything when you're doing it. So we'll get that out to you. Like I said, Jackie will send the information, and I'll send you mine as well as a bad one that I did, so the long one. So that's a don't do this kind of thing. And Patty, do you know if you have any, or you have one old one of yours or anything that you could share? You can send me and I'll send it out.
An introduction, you're saying?
Yes, yeah.
I would have a poor example of a long introduction.
Yeah.
But I think it's really important that people work on that introduction and get used to asking people, please read this exactly as it is.
Yes.
My suggestion would be that you might want to give them a certain time, like 30 seconds. You know,
yeah.
It's hard to measure what a paragraph is, but you want it, like you said, tight. And again, emphasize you want it read as it's written.
Yep. Yeah, and mine that I sent out, I actually had places where I wanted them to pause for effect as they were reading it. And also spell your name, or, write out your name hyphenation if you need to, just so people know how to read it. And even doing that, people won't always do that. But the sooner you can get it created and to the speakers that are with you that week so that they can get it and practice it, that'll be good. Doing it and presenting it to them right before they speak, that makes it very difficult for them to really understand what you're trying to get them to say, even if you say on there, please read this as is. And I did a couple of the presentations. I've talked about my martial arts background and what martial arts school I'm in, and even as I put it in there in phonetics, basically say it just like this, they didn't. So it's still hard to read and understand sometimes. So do your best to make it short, sweet, and easy to read. Double space also recommended, so that it's easier for them to read. So, all right. And again, it should be no more than a minute at the worst, but preferably shorter than that.
Yeah.
So, okay. One of the other things that we're going to be doing on the Monday, why do I want to say Monday? The first session.
I was wondering if I was missing something.
No, it's Saturday. Excuse me. Is we're going to be taking photos, headshot photos of everybody. So again, make sure you're dressed appropriately. I'll set up my camera and a background, and we'll photograph you for headshots. We'll use those in the, put in your binder so you have everybody's name and emails and things like that. But it also will give you the copies of it so that you can use that in social media. You can use it on your webpage, whatever you want to do. I'm not a professional headshot photographer, but I've got a good camera, and I'll bring a background and a light, and we'll do the best we can, and hopefully it'll be very close to professional, at least close enough that you can use it on, marketing material. And then now's the fun part. We're going to be taking breaks, so that's when we'll do those for the photos. We're also I mentioned the breakfast food, bagels and some yogurt and stuff that we'll be providing there, and coffee. For lunch, we have a half hour assigned for lunch because we have to get everybody in for the speaking. We're going to be doing a half hour working lunch, and it's a bring your own lunch because we want to make sure that you get the kind of food that you need to sustain you if you have health requirements and things like that, allergies and stuff. So it's a bring your own lunch. We want to try to stay in the area, in the room and stuff, and work through this and go through that. I think Jackie's going to be bringing a big salad. If anybody forgets something, they can at least have some salad that day or whatever. But we're going to try to keep everybody close by. We don't want anybody going off and getting hurt and, coming back late when the session starts. So half hour, if you can bring your lunch and sit there and we'll work through the lunch. We may even do some showcases during the lunchtime, but the speakers will be there, and you'll be able to talk and ask questions and work with that, go over things that you may have learned in the morning session and things like that. So we want to make sure you get plenty of interaction with the speakers, and so that's why we're doing it that way.
Tony?
Yes.
I have a quick question. I don't know how it's going to run. It seems, I know that myself, I would not want to be the person doing showcase during lunch. I don't know if other people.
Yeah.
So I would, if you can avoid having people do their showcase during lunch, I know personally I would prefer that.
Yeah, I'm going to do my best not to do that. If it happens, it'd be towards the end because we need to get people in. But our goal is we believe we have enough time to get everybody in. Excuse me, in the afternoon session. So thank you for bringing that up. I wouldn't want to speak at lunch either. Number one, nobody listens to you while you're speaking, and you don't want to. If you're on video, you don't want to have people eating while you're, speaking. So and being recorded, so that I can see that. So we do our best not to do that during the lunchtime. But thank you for bringing that up. And then the other thing we're gonna,
Tony, I got a lunch comment.
Okay.
Because food's very important. You want to bring food that is going to help you keep your energy up. And we do have a refrigerator in the kitchen.
Right.
So if you're bringing a brown bag lunch or something, mark it somehow. We can put food in the fridge. If you don't want to bring a cooler, just know that option's available.
Yep.
But try to contain it in something so you know what's yours. But there is a refrigerator, and it's the big one. And the other thing I'd like you to do, if you can, we have filtered water, but if I was going to get some plastic glasses, but if you all have a favorite cup, or look at Tony's, or a Nalgene, or something, please bring it, and you can stay hydrated during the day, and we won't go through as many cups in that.
Yeah, let's be green, as they say.
Yeah.
All right. Now, the one thing, our goal is, as we talked about, some of you have already qualified for NSA because of what you do for a living, or I know Renee's a professional member already. Warner's got his membership because of his background in speaking for years. One of the things our goal is to make sure that those who haven't reached that level can qualify. We want to get you qualified for professional speaking by helping you motivate you. And what we do is we have what I'm calling the stand-up and catch-up board. And we're going to have this big board, 3 by 3 or whatever the size is, 4 by 3. Poster, thank you. And on it we'll have everybody's name, and then every week when you come in, we're going to ask you to put a green dot for every paid speaking engagement you've done since the last time we had. So we're going to try to track as we're going through there what that looks like as you go through there. So when you come in the morning at 8 o'clock and and get in there before we start the meeting, we'll we will my apologies. We will have you put the dots on the board so that we can, follow along with you and congratulate you. And then we'll bring the board up when we start the meeting so that everybody can see who's spoken professionally during the time before that meeting. So we will be following up with you on that. So we want to get you to stand up and get a cheer and a applause for speaking as we follow you through and help you reach those 20 speaking engagements. So that is something that has been very successful in the academies, and we want to help you get through that and sign you up. Of course, like I said, those of you who are already professional members, you probably have green dots all the way across because you're already qualified. But if you want us to not put those all the way across so that you can track just what you do throughout the academy, we can also do that as well. We know that you're a professional member, but if you want to do it that way, that would be great too. So that will be something else that we'll be doing. We are going to do our best to help you get those 20 speaking engagements. Patty is going to be talking on the 27th about what it takes to qualify with this 20 speaking and to qualify for membership in NSA as well as into the chapter. So she'll be talking about that on the 27th as well. And we're looking forward to following and helping you grow your business and getting speaking engagements through the Academy sessions. So, all right, that's all I have on my agenda. Is anything else that I missed, maybe Jackie or
Yes,
Suzanne?
I have something you missed.
Okay.
Tony is going to be sending out the speaker's notes prior to the Saturday session.
Oh, thank you.
And or are you posting it online? And what we'd like you to do is print them yourselves if you want to have a hard copy that day. If you don't have access to a printer, email me. I am happy to print you a set or a few sets. I know for me, I like looking at it and having that so I can write on. Some people don't need it. So we're kind of asking you to print a hard copy of the notes if you so desire.
Yep. Instead of just burning a bunch of paper and killing trees, if you want to go green and have it on the iPad or your phone or whatever, look at, or your computer, then you can do it there. But if you really want to print it out, we ask you to do that if you want to do it ahead of time before you get to class. We will have binders for you that you can put the information in, but it's up to you whether or not you want a hard copy there in the session. And sometimes some of the speakers will bring hard copies with them as well, but I'm going to get them to send me soft copies so that I can post that on the website, and you can download it if you want.
Yeah. And we do have a kind of a 2-inch binder for each of you with like eight dividers in there for each monthly session, excluding graduation. So anything you want to put in there, you can. And then we've got the name tags. I know we still need to get a few more of those, but we'll be passing them out on Saturday as well.
Yeah, we have everybody's, other than the folks who just joined.
Yeah.
We have name tags still left over we didn't get with you on the 13th, so we'll get those to you if you haven't already got them. So, all right. Okay. Suzanne, was there anything? Oh, sorry, go ahead, Karen.
Do you have the dates for the Zoom calls throughout the next 8 months?
I do not yet. I'm going to do them monthly, my Zoom calls monthly. I'm probably going to do them on Thursday nights still, if that's okay, good for most everybody. Obviously, everybody's not going to be able to make them, but I don't know. I don't have the dates yet. I'll put those out there. It'll probably be Thursday, same time we're doing these, but on Thursday evenings, and probably at least I'm going to try, between January and February, for example, there's not that much time, so I'll put it in the middle of that. One of those weeks there, so in the middle of that, if there's a 4-week time frame difference, I'll try to do it towards the middle of each session as best I can on a Thursday.
Did I understand you're saying you want a copy of the notes we'll be speaking from?
No, not from you. I'm talking about the professional speakers will be sending out their presentations and stuff that you're doing. We don't need your notes for your showcases, unless you just want to provide them, but you don't need to worry about that. Okay, good question. Any other questions from anybody? Suzanne, do you have anything else to? I'm sorry, Kieran, go ahead.
I think Ilma sent a link to sign up for our Academy's Facebook page.
Yes.
I had some technical issues, which I emailed Ilma about.
Okay.
And I'm just wondering if it's just me, or is there like something up with that Facebook page that you're aware of? And how do I go about actually trying to get that resolved so I can sign up, and enter myself on the Facebook page?
If you have a Facebook name or whatever, make sure you send it to us. I know, Eleanor, you're not on Facebook, so we understand that. Sometimes I don't want to be on Facebook, but especially right now. But Yeah, I don't know if there's anything wrong. I hadn't heard anything myself, so I don't know. I know people have posted. I posted today, I believe, and I forgot somebody else, Roberta Ryan posted on there. So I know it's working for some people. So I'll check into that with Ilma.
I would suggest to reach out to Ilma. Ilma's very responsive on email.
Yeah. So I did email her. What I'll do is I'll send the email. I'll check in with her again via email and copy you, Tony.
Okay.
And maybe it got lost in her inbox or something. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it could be. I know she's had computer problems recently, and matter of fact, today she posted on Facebook, make sure you always back up your computer with teary-eye things. So I have a feeling she had a problem, but make sure you back up your computers. But yeah, I will. If you have not received the invitation for the Facebook page or Facebook group, send me your Facebook names, and we'll get an invitation sent out to you. If you're on Facebook, what your Facebook in or your link to your site or whatever, so that we can connect that to you. If you want to be on Facebook, if you're not on Facebook, you don't like Facebook, you don't want to be on, you don't have to be. It's just there for us to communicate, share information. We'll do that. Now, one of the things I want to do during the academy is also work on some video promotional material, get you used to using social media marketing and Facebook and other areas, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram, whatever you want to be on. But I want to do some Facebook Live posts into the NSA NC chapter Facebook page. So if you can find that and sign up for that and join that, you can go in there too. But we want to do a Facebook Live into some of this, and so that you can do that. We want to see you do a Facebook Live during some of the sessions so that you can get used to doing that on your own if that's something that you want to do. Practice does help for that. Let me see if I can find the title of that group here for Facebook for those of you who haven't seen it yet. 1 second here. Suzanne, do you have anything you want to add or?
I just put something so huge in my mouth. Hold on.
No worries.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
All right. Patty, how about you? Any other?
Sorry, I was on mute again. I was trying to find that Facebook page because I actually remember having problem as well, and I hope I'm not sounding as bad as I sound to myself here when I speak. But we're looking forward to this year. We have a lot of excitement for the Academy. I know you've heard it all, a lot of it before, but it's a great experience for people starting their business or people who want to jumpstart where they are in their speaking business right now. Tony has added this call with, you have Jackie on here and Susan on here. They're spending a lot of time dedicating it to the Speakers Academy. So you're getting kind of more for your investment in this project than past classes have had. So Tony, I want to say thank you to you and your team for doing all this forward work. And look forward to meeting you all in person. I know I've met a lot of you at the chapter meetings. I hope that you do try to attend all the chapter meetings. You get to go there for free. Take advantage of that and enjoy the process.
Yeah, it is fun. And also, as she mentioned, your membership or participation in the Academy provides you the opportunity to attend the chapter meetings and any salon that is presented during the Academy at no additional fee. It's part of your, your fee that you paid. And just to let you know about salons, those are small, intimate type groups that get together and for a particular topic, and they're usually either at somebody's house or, in a conference room, for example, in Oakland for, a couple of them. Actually, on February the 11th, I'm doing a salon in Oakland on Sunday, February 11th, from 2 to 4 on podcasting for speakers. Put your passion in a podcast. So if you want to find out about podcasting, how to create a podcast, where you should put it, should you even do it, should you be on a podcast instead of in a podcast, that sort of thing, we'll be covering that. So if you want to attend that, you just need to register on the chapter website and any of the emails that you may get. Here's the Facebook page I'm sharing for the 28 Speakers Academy. It's called NSA-NC Speakers Academy 2018. And I think I put the link to that in the chat thing here on Zoom. So I'm going to stop sharing that for the moment and go back to where we were. As far as the badges, Abby, you asked, I think here, and other folks are wondering how they get their badges. I have those, so we'll hand those out. If you haven't already got it, we'll hand those out the first day when you register for, when you come in, we'll have those available for you at the desk so that you can get those. We've got everybody that has signed up before today, except for Warner. Sorry, Warner. It is in the mail. I'll have it for you there as well, and you'll be ready to go from there. So it is a great experience. I apologize again. The Academy taught me a lot. I really enjoyed being able to learn how to build my speaking business. Now I just need to do it. I work a full-time job. Some of others do as well. So, being able to get out and do that is fun. I've had, my paid keynote, and I've had the opportunity to speak at several events. Recently, I spoke at the Golden Gate Breakfast Club, which is in downtown San Francisco. I joined the club recently, so we are always looking for speakers. So one thing you may want to think about if you want to come to San Francisco on a Wednesday at 7 a.m. In downtown San Francisco, and you have a presentation you'd like to give, let me know. You can come in there and, we'll get you set up, scheduled to do your presentation at the Golden Gate Breakfast Club. If that's something you're interested in, let me know. I'd like to get anybody who's interested in coming to San Francisco at 7 in the morning on a Wednesday to try that. It's, a good opportunity because we do look for speakers, and I think this is the beginning of the year, so they'd love to have speakers later on as well throughout the year. And if you want to just come to attend to meet some of the people in San Francisco, the business owners and business leaders in San Francisco, we meet at the Marines Memorial Club in downtown San Francisco on Sutter Street, 609 Sutter, on Wednesday mornings. So let me know, and I can get you in there as well. And there's a breakfast club, so you get breakfast. So just want to throw that out.
Tony,
Yeah.
The presentation that you gave, how long was that?
You're only allowed 30 minutes, so you want to make it 20 minutes, probably at the most 24, so you have room for question and answers afterwards. A lot of time you'll have people ask questions. I unfortunately ran over, and I can send you the link to that presentation I did as well if you'd like to see that as well. Patricia Fripp actually introduced me. She's a member of the club as well, and she introduced me, and that was probably a little bit too long as well. But so, you've got a half hour, but you want to use it wisely and do 20 minutes is what I would recommend. Okay.
Thank you.
Pardon?
If you did send that link.
Okay.
Put that link in
The link to
the breakfast, what you did at the Golden Gate Breakfast.
Okay, great. I'll put that out for you guys. All right. Anybody have any questions? We're almost out of time. I want to pay attention to your time. We're professional speakers are very professional. We want to start on time and end on time. We don't want to go over preferably. So that's one of the reasons why we're sticking to starting at 8:30 on sharp, and we were going to ask everybody to finish on time in the 5-minute speeches, showcases, so that everybody can, you got to get used to that. When I finished my thing at the Golden Gate Breakfast Club, somebody said, I would like to have asked a question, but I don't have time. So, and I felt really bad because I practiced to finish it in 20 minutes and went longer than I expected. So something to think about.
Tony, events like the Breakfast Club, are they paid speeches, or are they introducing you to potential paid speeches?
It's not paid, but it does introduce you to potential paid speeches. You have a lot of business people in that club around San Francisco, some very powerful within the area. You have a lot of civic leaders that show up. We've got an assessor of a county, something I can't remember, I think it's county something, that's one of the assessors in the city speaking tomorrow morning. But you always have a lot of the business leaders who know people who are in associations and are very big in the city in a lot of respects. The owner of the Marine Corps or Marines Memorial Association is the retired general, and he's there frequently. And obviously, they have a lot of speakers that come into the Marines Memorial Association club there, and they bring speakers in frequently. So it might be good to, in the future. So it's really more free to get your name out there and present. So.
Thank you.
Let's see.
Just a quick question about these Zoom calls. What's the intention and focus of these Zoom calls? It's like, for example, today seemed more administrative and logistical, informational. Last week or last month or whenever the last call was, you and Ilma had given us an assignment to prepare short speeches to present today. Is it a combination of both? I know we didn't get to those today,
right.
But I'm just curious going forward if there's like a structure or focus or format or intention that you guys are holding for the Zoom calls.
Yes, hopefully there won't be any more logistics. That'll be covered in the classes and things like that. Today was a special because it's coming up. But yeah, our goal is to give you some homework things to do and get you to do speeches, short speeches and things that you prepare to find out. And also it's an accountability session. We'd like to find out what your goals are for the month. And if you're going to be speaking, if you do a speech, we want to find out about it. We want you to announce that. But we're going to be working on accountability, trying to set your goals. What are you going to do next week to propel yourself, to get those paid speeches? And then we'll hold you accountable, talk to you, offer suggestions. I'm thinking about putting, a person a week in the hot seat. We're going to do more than one because we can't get everybody, obviously, if we do it one in a session. So we may have a hot seat where you throw out an idea of an area that you're working on, then we can all chip in and offer suggestions or potential, like if you're looking for a speech, a place to do a speech, whether it's free or whatever, they can then, offer that up. I know Ilma is very active in the Irvington Business Association down in Fremont. I've spoken at her organization before, and so there's a lot of opportunities. So if you talk about what your goals are, you want to speak both free and paid, how do you do that? And we'll try to help set you up with those with everybody that's on the call if they have leads or areas that they work in that you can come speak at. But the goal is to find out what your goals are and see if and set goals for the next meeting and see if you have followed those goals or those tasks going up to the goals and things like that. And we may have other speakers that have instructors, if they join us, like Patty or one of the other board members, to come on the call as well and answer any questions that you may have. So our goal is accountability, make sure we know what your goals are for the coming month and keep you on track for that, hopefully. If we need to call you and remind you, whatever you need, give you opportunities to maybe share and things like that. And then
thank you.
And we're still going to be working on a good way to do that. Okay. And of course, any suggestions that you guys have of what you'd like to do, we can do that as well.
And remember, we'll have our individual group mastermind as well.
Yeah.
Per region.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Okay. Well, I appreciate everybody's having any other questions. I know Renee's going to be in the San Francisco group. Cody, I know you're in that group. So you guys may want to say hi. And
Hi, Renee.
Renee is not going to be at the first meeting, so she is going to be getting in touch with you guys to do that. She's going to be traveling on business. But we're going to keep Renee. We're actually thinking about doing I was talking to her today, maybe Zooming her in to the session so that she can be live on Zoom during parts of it while she's there. So we're going to look at that and see how we can help her with that. But she'll be getting in touch with Cody and the rest of the folks in the San Francisco area to coordinate the masterminds.
How do I get everyone's emails? Or are they being sent out? Or
We will be sending those out. We've got a list of everybody that's in the masterminds and their email address and phone numbers, and we'll be sending everybody's out. Will be part of the package, so I'll make sure everybody gets a copy of that, and it'll be on the website as well.
I apologize for not being at the first and second maybe meeting. Before I knew about the group, I had these 2 business trips scheduled, but I'm really excited about joining in with all of you. It's wonderful. So
Excellent.
Tony, I trust nothing will happen, but just heads up, just in case. I am flying in late Friday night from a business trip, and if odd things happen, I may have difficulty making that turnaround and getting there for 8:30.
Yeah, you never know. We'll let you in, so we understand on that particular respect.
Okay.
Thanks for letting us know. Does everybody have my mobile number?
no.
Okay,
No.
let me give that to you real quick. If you need to text me anything or whatever. It's a Georgia number. It's area code 770-331-5525. If you need to dial locally, you can dial my office number, which is 415-857-0225, which just sends it to my mobile. But if you need a local number instead of a Georgia number.
Can you repeat that mobile one more time, Tony?
Yeah, area code 770-331-5525. And you'll get a sheet with all of our pictures and all of our contact information on it as well soon. So.
Saturday. I am going to go find my Golden Gate Breakfast Club speech here and post the link to that for you here. 1 second. Y'all chat amongst yourselves or ask questions, and Jackie and Suzanne can answer them while I'm doing this.
So Jackie, the mastermind groups that you mentioned, you're saying those group names out to us as well?
Yes. I've got the list, but we just added 3 more people. So I don't know if I'm going to email you those or give you the breakout on Saturday. Do you want them in advance? We were just going to announce it Saturday, but I announced it tonight. So I could email it before the meeting on Saturday and or give you, because on Saturday, we're going to take some time and break into the groups, because one thing we did, which was kind of fun, we named our group. Like our mastermind group was the Bold Gang. And so we wanted you to gather together in your group or your pod and kind of introduce yourselves and maybe come up with a name. And we actually picked a date that day for our first meeting, and kind of brainstormed what would work. So we were going to do that on the 27th, on Saturday. Will that work for everyone?
It doesn't really. It seems as though that there's a lot of this meeting has been discussing the time crunch that we may have at the meeting, and so it seems that anything that can be done to reduce the time crunch or reduce potential for time crunch. So
Okay.
more information can be sent out. I mean, we may still have to cover it at the meeting, but
Okay,
I would prefer to.
let me ask you this. Do you guys want to list, do you personally want all 4 groups and who's in each group, or do you just want your group with your names?
I just want my group with my name.
Okay, all right, babe, that's what I'm gonna send them.
Yeah.
So I'll send each group with the prospective names in each group, and I'll mail those out this week.
Is it possible to also, it sounded like you also have the groups, the schedule of the speakers, what's it called? The speaker spotlight?
Yep, speaker showcase.
Can
Yeah.
you showcase, can you send those out as well via email?
We'll look at that. We just are finalizing that. We had 3 more people add, so I'm not promising that's going to be sent before Saturday.
Yeah,
perfect.
It's a lot of logistics, and but we're on it. I want you to know we're really on it.
Because it's still evolving, it sounds like. It's not set yet.
Yeah, and we just had a few more sign up. And with the time, we're doing our best. And we actually were able to get the meeting room on several of the Saturdays until 5 o'clock. So that's buying us an extra 30 minutes of time. And it's like golden because, you know, we've got to be out of there, you know, on the dot. Where when you have it at a hotel or somewhere else, there's a lot of time you can just chit chat at the end and pack up slowly, and we don't have that option this year. So we were able to get the room until 5 on several of the months, so we're really trying to position those showcases in a way so we do not have to have anyone do it during the lunch hour. And we're still putting that together for that reason.
Right. Yeah, we'll get it to you as soon as we can. I just posted the YouTube link for my Golden Gate Breakfast Club. You should be able to open it and watch it sometime after tonight or after I hang up. Our classes, we have a 25-member class going into the academy this year. Our goal was to get at least 25. We had, in our class last year, I think we had 13 in the class that started out, or actually had more than that start out, but ended up with 13 in the end. The average is anywhere from 15 to, I think, 17 or so. I don't, in the past, they have had as many as 40. I don't know how they did that, but we'll see. But Patty, how big was your class? You're on mute. There you go.
I feel my class was around 15 to 18 people.
Yeah, yeah. So we've got a big
But I
class.
want to say one thing about the class size and the mastermind. We developed a mastermind group, and we still are very good friends and don't collaborate as much as we did, but we found a great help during the Speakers Academy and for the next year or so.
Yep. Yeah, and same with us. We still, like I said, obviously Jackie and Ilma are in my mastermind group, and we still talk, and we talk with several of them actually. And
we text.
Yeah, we text. I still actually I actually started a mastermind for that group because we didn't do this last year for the academy, and so I actually do a mastermind with our academy class, every a couple weeks. So anyhow, but it'll work out great. We're going to get really excited. We're looking forward to hearing your showcases when you present them. We've got good speakers on the 27th, and Michael Soon Lee will be our main speaker for that day, and then we'll go from there. All right.
Okay, just one quick thing. If anybody knows of anybody they are not going to attend, please let me know. Or just let me know.
Yeah, if you know you're not going to be in one besides Renee, we know your two are out. We won't schedule you during that time. But if anybody else knows right now that you're not going to be able to make a class, let us know so that we can make sure not to schedule you during that time.
Yeah, rescheduling is going to be a logistics issue.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's let them go.
Yeah, and you never know, if you can't make it, if you get sick like me last week with the flu, don't show up, please. But you never know what's going to happen. So have a wonderful week. If you have questions, you can reach us either on the Facebook group, an email, or you have my mobile number so you can text me. It's great seeing everybody. Looking forward to a dynamic and amazing week or day. To me, it seems like a week, but it's just a day. On the 27th. Have a good one.
Bye-bye. Thanks,
Bye.
Tony. Bye-bye.